Delicious.
I'm sure. Sounds delicious.
Orange chocolate and marshmallow. Nom nom.
Marshmallows. I'm a fan.
Mhm.
Also a fan of chocolate, so that's a win-win.
What about orange?
Like orange the flavor or orange the color?
I mean, both, I suppose.
I like chocolate orange flavored things.
Yeah. I didn't know that was a thing for the longest time.
I also like chocolate raspberry.
Chocolate raspberry is real good.
I don't like chocolate cherry though.
Chocolate cherry is about the only kind of cherry I enjoy.
I don't enjoy anything but fresh cherries.
That sounds like talk of a baker's husband.
I guess. Like maraschino cherries are the devil.
What?
They are the devil.
I did not know that you were this big of a sinner.
So gross.
Maraschino cherries are amazing.
No.
Yes.
No, that is an instant trip to Gagtown.
Do I have a nickname from you, or am I going to throw one of the other ones on your?
Oh, crap! That's right. Nicknames. I
Yeah.
got so many.
I had to work hard for that.
Yes, I see that.
Bye.
Bye. I suppose. Thank you. I love you.
I'm mixing it.
Yes, that is me peering at the camera.
Hi, Jared. I'm torturing the shit out of him.
You see that?
He sees that.
Well, I used one of my candidates for Daryl already, so let's see.
That was a good line. He's kind of. No, I'm not going to say. Can't say that. I have to say during the intro.
Nice.
All right, I think we should.
I approve.
It was either that or I never trusted his bug eyes.
Yeah, that one was there too, but like it got real, so you know.
Yeah, but that would be more of a CJ statement anyway.
True. All right. Okay. Bye. I love you.
And don't mistake my generosity for generosity.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Lots of good quotes this season.
There was. All right. I'm gonna load up Odyssey. Odyssey. I have all of the recordings. All right. Baga. Jazz.
Habadoo,
There we go.
digbididala, blagadidee. Hi,
Good enough.
are you listening? Are you there?
All right.
It's been a
So,
while since I've spoken to you.
all right. So we're gonna go do this thing in a 3 and a 2 and a me removing the pre-show banner. And a 3 and a 2 and a 1.
You are listening to a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geek.
Hello, gentle listener. While Geek.io holds its talent to the highest standards, what follows will likely involve the sort of language usually reserved for sailors on leave. If you're of a delicate disposition, then perhaps you would consider a different podcast. This is S4, and we're here to spoil you rotten on today's geekiest shows. This may include relevant episodes up to as well as including those in the description. If you want to avoid knowing too much, then please come back later. For those who remain, I welcome you to the Small Screen Spoiler Show.
Spoilers.
Yes, indeed, friends. It is time for the Small Screen Spoiler Show, episode number 74. I'm CJ, subtext, boat. And that man over there, of course, is my one, my only, Jared, the real cartoon of human emotion, Azevedo.
What? Me? Hi, how's it going? It's been a while
It has been.
since the last time we spoke. Are you still listening? Are
No.
you even real?
No, I'm certainly not real. But you know, we also have our our own Mr. Robot. You know, Daryl. He's kind of still alive. Shaler,
He is kind of still alive.
real grumpy lately.
Yeah, Thor just made him grumpy.
Yeah, it's a Thor spot for him.
Oh, Ba-dum-ching.
What are we talking about today?
Today we're going to talk about Mr. Robot,
Yay, it's back.
season 3, episode 0, because that's the way we do it. Power Saver Mode, episode 1, Undo, episode 2, Legacy, episode 3, Metadata, and episode 4, Runtime Error.
Oh boy. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna have to apologize for my episode 0 notes here because I watched the first 2 episodes, episode 1 and episode 2, numeral 1 and 2, on my phone. Those were the first 2 listed on the USA app. I go on to PlayStation View where I watch the rest of it, where I watched 0, 3, and 4. My DVR decided to record 1 and 2 and re-record 0. So it came up 1, 2, and I thought it was the 3rd episode.
Okay.
So I thought this show was fucking with me more than it normally is. So my notes may be a little bit misconstrued for episode 0 because I honestly thought it was the 3rd episode in the season. All right, but first, let's see what Daryl has to. We only have 2 Daryl intros because he's feeling bad.
Poor Daryl.
Yeah, poor Daryl. We got episode 0 and episode 1 stuff from him. So let's see what Daryl has to say about Power Saver Mode.
Hello, listener. This is your inner voice speaking. I think. Perhaps you're my inner voice. I get mixed up sometimes. I want to talk about the return of Mr. Robot. What did you think of it? The seasons before now have represented some of the most consistently good episodes of television I've seen in a long time, but I found this last one to be trite and disappointing. Did you like it? Did you think the 1995 movie Hacker starring John Lee Miller and Angelina Jolie was an accurate portrayal of hacker culture? Do you think that modern ironic hipster poetry is deep and insightful when it spews out the same formulaic bullshit over and over again about how we have access to the whole of human knowledge at the touch of our fingertips, but instead choose to share memes? You do? Well, maybe you like the episode. Me, I'd rather sit in your subconscious and think about that amazing Pornhub video you found but lost because you were too chicken shit to make a bookmark.
Hashtag facts.
All right. All right. So we start off with pork fillet.
Pork fillet.
Pork fillet. You know, the red wheelbarrow.
Oh, yeah, the
fillet.
pork. Pork fillet.
Because, you know, it's a fun thing because we have a real life thing called Chick-fil-A with a very similar sign and setup, but it's filled with chicken. And this one is a very similar sign and setup with pork.
Barbecued pork.
Yeah.
Very
Delicious.
moist meat.
And $13 fucking milkshakes.
Yeah, for real. What's that about?
Jesus.
Economy, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I suppose when literal human civilization is starting to crumble around you, I guess frivolities are frivolities.
Right on. But only one eCoin, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe 2.
Kind of like Bitcoin, which is the devil now, apparently. But kind of like Bitcoin is now worth like $3,000 for 1 Bitcoin.
Sure, why not?
By the way, I made a killing off of the Bitcoin split. Now that we're talking about Mr. Robot, I threw like when it was real low last year, I bought like $100 worth of Bitcoin. And with the split, it went up to I think it was like $7,000 at its peak. But I ridiculously put, hey, notify me if this ever reaches over $5,000 per Bitcoin.
Go figure.
So I made a bit of money off of this Bitcoin split. It seems relevant to talk about on Mr. Robot.
Of course.
So I kind of agree with Daryl on the Internet Rave Club thing.
Yeah, that was dumb, but it served a purpose, I
The
guess.
CTF thing is accurate though. Like that is
Yeah.
a big thing in actual hacker culture. Every year during DEF CON and other hacking events, they're massive CTF events. And some of them are legitimately black hat kind of things that you are actively hacking into in like a live system.
Absolutely. It's a
Um,
legit thing.
but yeah, the whole club thing felt over the top and unnecessary.
Yeah. But I liked his mute button for life. I want
Yeah,
one of
that was
those.
great.
I want one of those. Wouldn't it be cool if we had a mute button for life? Yes. Yes, it would.
It would. That would be amazing. Noise canceling headphones can only get you so far.
Those are almost a mute button for life.
Almost, but then people like still feel the need to tap you and like think that you want to pay attention to them when you're wearing headphones. So I want to write down the fact that I wrote down a giant ugh because I got fooled about halfway through this episode into thinking that it was
You and your episode numbering confusing everyone.
right. This is not how you. This is how you destroy civilization. Start zero indexing episodes.
It's fine. I bought mine on Fandango now, so they were just in order in the list, so I just watched them.
Yeah, it decided to alphabetize things and
No, don't watch it in alphabetical order.
yeah.
That'll mess everything up.
It was or it did some weird kind of thing, or I'm guessing it just didn't capture episode 0 on PlayStation View for some reason.
Probably
And
because it was 0, and it's like episode 0. That can't be a real thing.
and USA just didn't have it on the app when I logged into it. Like, so
'Cause why not?
I tuned into the one that said episode 3 1. So, thinking, and it was actually like, we'll get there, but that's actually not a bad season premiere. This also was the it felt the needed bridge between season 2 and season 3, because part of my notes for episode 1 unzip is hey, it's another part of CJ barely remembers last season.
And that whole episode that you skipped.
Yeah, which is helpful. I hope Trent and Mowgli aren't dead.
That's true. We haven't heard from them in 5
Yeah.
episodes.
They,
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, they I am afraid that they are dead because Dark Army douchebags.
Or maybe they're in the parallel universe. Or
Maybe.
time travel, or whatever weird sci-fi thing they're trying to introduce that I'm
God, I
not
hope
sure.
we'll get there. God, I hope not. Jesus, no.
Well, I mean, that was kind of my guess last season because White Rose is so obsessed with time.
Yeah, it
Maybe
was.
there's some kind of time travel thingy.
It was your guess, and
It does seem to be where we're going. And then we have random nuclear power plant employee talking about parallel universes. I'm sure that wasn't not on purpose.
yeah.
So who knows? Something weird is happening.
Though, one of the best monologues that I think was ever given in Mr. Robot was in this episode.
The first episode? Which one?
0.
When
What
he was
we're talking about, Power Saber.
when he was freaking out.
Yes.
His long, weird, poetic-ish monologue.
Yes, and it was amazing and well written, and he is freaking Rami Malek is amazing. Like, he is so good and delivers this psychoses like it's just nothing, and it flows so well.
Yeah, that one didn't blow me over the top too much. It didn't sound like it did Daryl either. But I
Yeah.
will give you that Rami Malek's great.
Yeah.
But
Magic
but
time
Mr.
travel. Don't
Elliot.
put time travel in my Mr. Robot, please.
I've got a feeling that's what's gonna happen.
I am incredibly glad, and I was dreading it. I'm so glad they did not have Christian Slater kiss Angela, because it looked like they were about to start making out, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can sit and watch Christian Slater kiss Angela
Or anyone,
or anyone.
really.
It was just hanging when they're in the apartment, just hanging, and I'm just like, no, 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 no.
How do you know it's me?
It's your eyes. You're looking at me instead of away. She kind of has a point. Like, obviously, Mr. Robot is a very confident persona. So, I didn't take a lot of notes for this one because I was confused through 75% of it. So,
That's fair. Let's see what we got. I already said parallel universe. What have we missed? Was a quote.
Yeah.
Probably just the beginning. Property of Josh Groban. Anytime. Wear that shirt all the time because it just made me smile.
Okay. And only people who listen to the sister show to this one, Anime Otaku Show, and maybe Budlong will get this one. For reasons I'm not able to speak about right now, I'm watching a lot of Bleach Abridged. Abridged series are series that kind of just condense the entire series into usually comedic but very brief things. The main villain of Bleach is, I promise there's a point here. The main villain to Bleach is, his name is Sosuke Aizen. However, he looks exactly like Josh Groban. So they call him Lord Groban through the entire series. So I saw that and I emailed the dude who makes Bleach Abridged. He goes, just all right, I'm finding where I can make or buy that shirt, and I'm going to give it to everybody.
Property of Lord Groban.
So, like I said, I told you there was a payoff there.
Good job on Darlene's anxiety attack. Like that felt like I was having an anxiety attack, and I really wanted it to stop.
Seriously, like.
Oh, there's Mr. Robot. He finally showed up like 40 minutes in.
Yeah, getting ready to make out with Angela.
Maybe. I don't know.
Awkward.
And Elliot, bro, I know you got your monologue going and stuff, but you can't blame yourself for Trump, man. You just can't.
Right.
That's too much to put on one person, buddy. You just can't blame yourself.
No, there is one person.
There is one person we can blame.
There is one person to blame, and it is not Elliot.
Wait till next episode or third episode, wherever it happens.
I freaking love how well this show weaves in and out of its alternative history and what is going on in current day.
Yes. It's great. It's very well done, and I enjoy it. And that also gives you kind of credence to that parallel universe theory, because maybe what we're watching is a parallel universe of our own.
So we're doing the multiverse theory. So this is Earth Prime. Earth 2, Earth 2 is this one because it's kind of similar but different. Earth 3, where the good guys are bad guys, is the Man in the High Castle universe.
Exactly. Perfect. Mr. Robot Prime.
He transforms into a computer.
Sure.
He needs the All Rave for his power source.
Power saver mode. What was the power saver mode reference? Is that Angela's power saver mode as she pushes everyone away?
Yeah, he mentions Angela's power saver mode, loving people who don't love her and hating people who love her.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this episode was a pretty decent recap episode. So I'm guessing that's the reason why the show numbered it 0 as opposed to 1.
No, it's done that every season. Every season, the first episode is 0. The pilot was 0. The first episode of season 2 is 0.
Huh.
They like doing the 0 index thing because, Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
And computers.
Computers, because that's what you start with in arrays.
It's true. Well, depending on the language, but
90% of arrays start with 0. And when they don't, the designer, the programmers get very confused when they try to throw index 0.
I know. I hate index 1. Hate it.
It's like, this is not what I wanted at all. Stop it.
What do you mean I'm off the end of the array? What do you mean you start at 1?
Was it? I think it's Perl starts at 1.
Maybe.
I know the ones that I know, Python, Ruby, and PHP started 0.
Yeah. Java 0.
Java 0. Most of them are 0, but like it's really the weird
It's mostly
one.
like the secondary, like the languages kind of on top of languages, like
Yeah.
VB and PowerScript and stuff like that. I like to do
Yeah.
starting at 1.
But
But that's fascinating. Mr. Robot.
still a pretty decent recap episode. Not a great plot building episode, but it was this explained a lot of the questions that I had in my notes that I now have to I can just get rid of for episode 1. So
Yeah, and it kind of set a tone for this season. Like season 2 was, you can go back and listen to my explanation of how I felt about season 2 and how it was really good, but I had no idea what was going on the entire time.
yeah,
And this one's more like, look, we're going to tell you what's going on. It's not going to
all
be
the
so
time. And that's
weird and mysterious. And it may be a little bit of a detriment to the show, but we're just gonna have a story this time.
it's
and
not a
be
terrible detriment, but
bizarre.
yeah, I honestly feel like they have lost a bit of the
the magic.
magic by introducing magic or whatever the fuck they're doing. I like it. I like it when it's rooted in complete and utter reality, and now you're going to introduce time travel and alternative dimensions, and I'm not okay with that. Anything else on episode 1? 0/1?
Angela's managing Elliot
Yeah.
and Mr. Robot.
Angela plays
Interesting.
both sides.
She's
She's
double dipping.
evil.
She's kind of the worst.
She's quickly becoming.
Yeah. Like, really?
She's at least White Rose is very open with their I guess they just fully address White Rose as a she. They never even mention that BD Wong is BD Wong. It's just she.
Yeah, they always reference her as a her.
So I mean, like, not even. I don't think I don't remember his actual character name outside of White Rose because I don't think they ever actually address him as anything but she or White Rose. Everything else is just kind of talked against or talked to the side. Like, all right, episode 2 time.
Yeah, let's talk about episode 2/1.
All right, Daryl.
Hi, it's me again. Can we talk? I think I was too harsh last time. We both said things we regret. Well, one of us said things we regret. The other is a figment of too much data and overpriced caffeine. Which one of us is pretend? I don't want to spoil the end. This episode was great, though. A grand return to form. Everything's forgiven. Can we be friends again?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. All right. This is the reason why I don't handwrite notes, by the way. Because if you think my auto-corrected things when I'm typing on an iPad is bad, yeah, all right.
So you've watched all of Kimmy Schmidt, right?
Yes.
And when Elliot talks to HR,
Yes.
did you notice what the HR lady's name was?
No, I didn't.
It's Linda, because all HR,
Every single HR
all H person's name is Linda
in every dimension.
in every dimension. Like, I don't know if that was a nod to Kimmy Schmidt or if that's just the way it is. Like, really, are they all named Linda?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
So the unreliable narrator dove so deep into where even the video says Evil Corp.
Yes, until he changes it back
Well,
to E Corp.
Yeah, we'll get there. Also, he joined the Trump Club. Don't think I missed that one.
It's Trunk.
Trunk.
Club.
Oh,
Trunk Club, and it's a real thing. And that's a real service.
They spent so much money getting that on.
Tom Merritt uses Trunk Club.
So who paid more? Cafe Bustelo or whatever the hell for?
Oh, definitely Cafe Bustelo, because man, that was just everywhere constantly. No, this one they did have Darlene make fun of Elliot's Trunk Club clothes, so
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah, I liked and didn't like the series of scenes of him going to work every day and popping pills and becoming an emoji.
Yeah, but they do an episode like that every season.
Yeah.
When Elliot gets into the routine because it makes him feel better.
Yeah, true. Goo Goo Dolls reunion concert. Wrote that down.
Goo Goo Dolls are what?
The Goo Goo Dolls reunion concert is coming up.
Oh, is it? I
Yeah.
missed that one.
Yeah.
Is that like a poster in the background or something?
No, the dude just says, "I'm going to the one of his bosses says, Elliot, that's great. I've got to go to the Goo Goo Dolls reunion concert tonight, so I'm gonna head out of here early."
I must have been writing something down.
All right. I think they pushed this one way too far. The horny IT guy trope. Every time I hate it.
I know, but they turn it around.
There's a payoff later, but in
There is a
this
payoff.
episode, when you don't have that payoff, it is just stupid and obnoxious and takes you out of what you want to be focusing on. And unlike other things that pull in this show that pull you out things that you want to be focusing on, there's usually something else going on that the show makes you feel stupid for not paying attention to. It's him now working at E Corp and horny IT guy. That's
Yep, he's there. I did enjoy Elliot working his way up the chain,
by removing bosses by force.
removing bosses by exploiting the terrible things that they're doing, getting them all arrested by the FBI. Like, yeah, this plan sounds dumb. It's like, okay, let's see what you. Oh, you're secretly spying on everyone. You're arrested. Next guy. It's like, I don't know about this plan. Just weeding out all the garbage, and then of
Yeah.
course it's the lady exec that is actually doing good in the world.
Of course, that was
Of course
awesome.
it is. I approved that. That's a good plan, Elliot. I'm gonna suggest this.
I wrote down it's a nice rug.
It is a nice rug. It really pulls the room together.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm like, I don't remember what that meant, but sure. Elliot expressing his emotions and being open with everything is refreshing and sweet and great.
Terrifying?
And
terrifying. I know. Kevin McAllister, the snowman.
Yes, exactly.
Kevin McAllister, the
That
snowman.
was so cute. Like,
Adorable. Oh,
it was such
real
a
memory. It's
breath
like,
of fresh air, and that was the day his dad pushed him out the window.
that was the day my dad pushed you out the window. Yeah.
And it's no big deal. Like, it's
Like-
just like
Wait, your dad pushed you out the window?
yeah,
Yeah, I've told you that, haven't
I
I?
told you that. Yeah. No, you haven't.
No,
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 I'm sure I
haven't.
told you that.
I'm pretty sure I've told you that.
But that was
Why don't we roll back a bit and talk about that?
no, definitely told you about that. Mr. Robot is terrifying.
He's a scary man. Though that whole scene was gold.
And again, Kristen Slater being real good at bringing the creep. I thought he was going to do something really bad to the doctor.
No, he just left.
Yeah, and that's a much better way of doing things because this show has already flirted with being way too close to real life things. Hence the reason why they had to push back an episode last season because a person got killed on live television, and then the show had somebody killing themselves on live television. So
Yeah, there was that.
I was like, oh no, we are not going to go to that dark of a place because she sees him as Elliot's. And that is not going to be good.
So Joanna, they go. I guess she's not in the show anymore.
Nope. Nope. Joanna dead. And
It's like, wow.
oh,
At first, they had the whole scene. The bodyguard like beat up the boy. I was like, oh, poor hunky bartender guy.
right.
He got his heart broken, and okay, never mind. I don't feel sorry for him anymore.
No, I do not. Not one bit.
Holy crap!
dude.
And
No.
then I was like, oh, I guess the bullet probably just like grazed her head and knocked her out. Like, oh no, no! In the next scene, we're gonna show you us opening her skull to get the bullet out and take pictures for the crime scene. Okay, we're cool.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, Katie was watching, or she was doing yoga while I was watching, and like that whole scene happened. And then, like the camera panned to the baby with the blood on, and she's like, nope,
Oh,
nope. And she
I
just left.
about turned out myself. I'm like,
Nope.
I can't right now, and I'm just like, no.
Like, huh? I figured they would do more with her character, but I guess she's done. Unless, well, there's the time travel and parallel universe thing. So who knows?
No.
Maybe she'll show up again in the alternate universe.
And of course, my favorite line: "Scan my QR code, and I'll suck your dick."
I remember that, and I don't remember the context.
It was a streetwalker. Elliot was walking home.
That's
and
right.
She's just like, scan my QR code and I'll suck your dick. And I'm like, okay, all right then. I've never watched this series broadcasted live on USA. So like the on-demand stuff always has it uncensored. I don't think I would enjoy this series nearly as much if I watched it censored, because there's a ton of F-bombs,
It really
D-drops,
is.
like everything.
Like I'm pretty sure I watched the first season like from the USA website, and it was censored. And then
This
like
one isn't now.
transitioning to seasons 2 and 3, where I just bought them outright, they were uncensored, and it was a bit of a shock at first.
Yeah, I remember
No,
you
I
saying
think
that. Like
so I think in the second season they got a little more loosey goosey with the language, because
they did. Yeah, I'm
I
guessing.
think the
because
first season they
was-
definitely had F-bombs, but they bleeped them out, but they weren't as
yeah,
free-flowing as they are in season.
and now it's
2
just
and
free
3.
flowing. Now you're watching an HBO show just broadcast on USA.
Yeah, pretty much.
By the way, USA not being afraid to just completely take shots at NBC. You know who owned them.
Oh yeah, no problem with that.
No. That's all I got really for episode 2.
I got currency war, because we got a little bit of what's going on with Price and White Rose.
Yeah, and
don't-
Bitcoin being the devil.
And don't mistake my generosity for generosity.
White Rose so scary still. Creepy.
She is terrifying. And
Edie Wong is such a great character.
I know.
Like,
And I loved that character. It's like my favorite bad guy.
yeah, like they are. I don't
Or bad woman? Villain? My favorite villain.
favorite villain.
There we go.
He's just not. He's just so. Yes, and like you want you. It is good to have a villain that you want to hate. And White
Well,
Rose-
yeah, like I hate them, but I'm so fascinated by
yeah.
her.
And this
And-
show does such a great job with bringing them into being humanizing them and also demonizing them at the same time.
Yes.
Like,
They're humanized, but they live at this weird level where they're just above everyone, or at least they think they are. And they just have ultimate power and can do whatever they want.
yeah,
It's pretty scary. And there may be time travel. I don't know.
maybe, but
Maybe.
certainly Trump travel.
Oh. And then finally, Linux Mint. So I spotted some Linux Mint, which is what I have on my old netbook.
Yep, and that is from what I know, like that is one of the best or the most popular hacking OSs.
Yeah, I love I do like my Linux Mint. It's nice. It's like it's got the ease of use of Ubuntu without the kind of over glutification.
I've never gotten that with Ubuntu, but yeah, we're not gonna
I
get.
mean, well, Ubuntu's not terrible, but I usually am running Linux on old machines.
no, that's fair.
So like my netbook wouldn't be capable of running the current version of Ubuntu.
Yeah, Mint is probably where you want to be at. Then maybe even going down a little
And
bit.
and actually it's like Mint. It's like a version of Mint that uses the
Thumb drive.
no, like a It's not the GNOME desktop, but the X something. It's like Mint X or something. I don't know. It's like a reduced version of Mint
Yeah.
for my netbook.
It's
It runs like a dream though. Love
There
it. On that old netbook.
All right. Anything else on
No, let's talk about episode 3.
all right, episode 3, Legacy.
Legacy.
What is a legacy?
What is a
The
legacy?
garden that you never get to see. Oh, sorry, wrong show.
Make some words down at the beginning of a song someone will sing for me. America, you great unfinished symphony, you sing for me. Words can make a difference.
So
You got me
good
started.
filling in the hack black hole, I wrote down.
Good filling in the heck black hole.
Good filling in the hack. Oh! What happened and why the hell Elliot woke up in freaking what's his face's car?
Yes. This episode gave us my first note is answers question mark
Yeah,
exclamation.
what is this? What is this bullshit? My
What?
answers and my Mr. Robot.
What show is this?
We watching Gotham.
What is all this payoff and
Gotham
filling
gives
in
payoffs
there?
in 2 episodes. Mr. Robot gives payoff in 2 seasons. It's a good thing this show is so popular, or else we never would have found that out if it got canceled after season 2.
True that. It's like, Tyrell, who we got in the last episode of the season.
Yeah.
Here's all the things that happened to him.
And some pretty fucked up shit happened to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
I do like how he just refers to him as Elliot. Like remember, hey guys, remember that everybody else in this universe sees Mr. Robot as Elliot. Like,
Yeah, until the end, when Angela kind of lays everything out for him.
well, yeah. But I mean, he still kind of just refers to him as Elliot. Like,
Yeah,
he's still just
realize,
Elliot.
I
And
didn't
his
realize
weird-
he was so into Elliot.
His weird hacker boner for Elliot, man.
Yeesh.
You
Bring it down a few notches, Terrell.
right?
Coming on a bit strong, buddy.
There's obsession, and then there's this is a bit much. This is excessively uncomfortable.
Like Mr. Robot's like, nah, you don't need to finish that. It's subtext. Subtext. And I like Terrell's Joker laugh. It's nice.
Yeah.
So-
Though I was kind of curious if Daryl. I'm kind of sad Daryl didn't have a preview for this one, because they get into some serious issues that people with honest DID, dissociative identity disorder, deal with, where it's not just blackouts. Like, plans and plots and machinations happen when you, the main driver, are not in control, when another identity is in control. And
Yep.
admittedly, this is blown up to world cataclysm levels, but that is actually a very legitimate thing and a very serious thing that I'm actually very glad they are touching on in this show. Like, they are shedding light onto things that are very much so taboo in schizophrenia and DID and bipolar disorder in this. Like, so yeah, this show is a fairly accurate hacker portrayal, but it also is shedding so much light on mental health issues and giving credence to them, giving power to those who are trying to help themselves with this. And this is from a person who deals with very severe bipolar disorder and very severe minor dissociative disorder, like that being me. So
Right.
yeah, I find it amazing and great that this very popular show is touching on these things and not just making light of them.
No, it's a struggle, and there's like two genuine personalities at war with each other.
Yeah.
And they can't control each other.
And
It's crazy.
and there's a hole and a vacancy whenever the other one is there. And admittedly, yeah, now as in the first one, it kind of clicked, but now, yeah, there's just the absolute, these are two separate people just inhabiting the same body.
So my next note is I kind of hate the cleanup man, Irving.
Oh yeah.
that-
The dude who I wrote down here. where is it at? The Dark Army guy screams, "Whatever all that means, you knows," to me. Like,
so Irving, it is fun that they can use this whole dissociative disorder thing to introduce a character that has been there the whole time, but you've just never seen them because you've always been with Elliot.
Yeah.
Well, that's a neat little trick that they played on us. I enjoy that point. And then I was really shocked when I realized who the actor was, because
who's the actor?
I didn't recognize him at all. But I was writing down this note. I kind of love Hate the Cleanup Man, and then I looked up and it was doing the credits, and it's like Bobby Carnival. I was like, wait a minute, is that Bobby Carnival? And I looked at him again. That is Bobby Carnival. Holy crap, he looks weird with glasses and a mustache and
That
weird
name
flipped
sounds
up hair.
familiar.
You probably he's been on a lot of HBO shows. I best know him as the stepdad in Ant-Man.
Oh! I just rewatched that, so
The cop.
yeah. Oh, geez. Oh, what?
Yeah, that's the same guy, right?
What?
Totally broke my brain a little bit. It's like, wow,
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm impressed by you, Bobby Carnival. You
Uh,
could completely transform yourself to the point that I didn't realize it was you until I saw your name. And I've watched 3 episodes of this show now.
it's nice that we got Joey Badass back in this, the prison cell friend.
Oh, that was wonderful.
You know,
I got to stab some neo-Nazis, so that was kind of fun.
yeah, it was fantastic. But just showing that this thread and how planned and well executed this entire Dark Army scheme has been. Don't die, Jazz.
I'm trying. Getting over a sinus infection.
Yeah, I feel you.
Bear with me, people. Talking is hard right now, and my tea's all gone.
No, don't worry. Make more tea. They bounced around a lot and inconsistently with Evil Corp and E Corp in this episode, and it really kind of bothered me.
I guess I've gotten used to it at this point. Now that Elliot's kind of turned it off.
But
I guess
some
the
people still
thinking
call
on-
it Evil Corp. Some people call it E Corp. Like,
Yeah, I guess it depends on if Elliot's in the room or not.
possibly. Oh, this is a product placement. The episode, by the way, Swedish Fish.
From your homeland.
Yeah.
I don't think Swedish fish originate from Swedish.
They do not.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
Dutch.
Yeah, that too. And I don't think he's like from Sweden or anything. I'm pretty sure he was, first generation American or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
He doesn't really have an accent.
There was another product placement. What was it? I don't remember. There was another one. It was very blatant to me, and it kind of bothered me. Not so much now, but it's been a couple days since I watched this episode.
Yeah, me too. I'm pretty sure the router logo was pretty prevalent, but I can't remember what it was. I don't think it was a Cisco though.
So, all right, yeah, the answers for Tyrell and the Dark Army.
Yes, we just get answers. It's all kinds of answers.
I loved White Rose talking to her assistant and telling her assistant to speak English and learn it through Rosetta Stone. There we go.
Yeah, Rosetta Stone. That's right. Rosetta Stone. Nice program. Because later on, he's like in the car or whatever. Like in the present day, he's talking to his assistant. And his assistant speaking English, and then the flashback, his assistant is speaking Chinese.
No,
See, consistency.
You're going to do something. Do it right. Yes, sir.
And speaking of White Rose.
Yeah, White Rose is responsible for fucking Trump.
It's all her fault.
All White Rose's
Son
fault.
of a bitch.
Trump is White Rose's fault. No. White Rose, you are evil. You are the most
So evil.
in all of creation. My God, why?
Because if you pull the right strings, any puppet will dance.
And that dude, the white dude that shows up, looks a lot like Professor Shy Guy. The dude, not
Oh,
Alex Jones,
crap, he did.
not Alex Jones of this universe looks a lot like Professor Shy Guy. And once I saw it, I'm like, now I
Wow.
can't not see him as Professor Shy Guy.
If I see him again, I'm gonna have to look that closer. Because I think you're right.
And it's not a bald man and beard
glasses.
look the same. No, like Brent and I have seen each other face to face and talked to each other like across a table for quite some time, and like dude has very similar cheekbones, like facial structure, mannerisms. Like it's
Maybe it is
crazy
him.
how much him and Professor Shy Guy look the same,
Maybe he's secretly in Mr. Robot under the table.
right? That's how he was able to leave his computer engineering job,
I'd be okay with that.
right?
I'd love to have some Mr. Shy Guy in my Mr. Robot. Mr. Shy Guy? Professor Shy Guy.
Professor Shy Guy. That's brown enough. That's pretty easy.
It is brown enough.
And of course, so this is also, by the way, folks at home listening to this, if you ever want to know what the Geek.io interview process is, it's pretty much this.
Will you be loyal to me?
I am
Will you
honestly
be
surprised they
loyal
did
to
not have him say inconceivable.
I know. But before he even turned around, you heard him speak. It's like, oh my gosh,
I'm
that
like, hey,
guy.
it's that guy from that movie that I hate but know so many quotes from.
Sit down, Bob. We've got to keep us in the gotta keep the black.
Nope. Jazz mic exploded. But yeah, Jazz, come back to me. No.
Oh no.
There you are.
Okay.
You were saying something, and then I guess you hit your mic or something because you went.
No, I actually bumped the blue icicle.
Oh.
I think my blue icicle's got a short.
And,
Anyway,
but
sit
yeah,
down, Bob.
it was so.
We got to get the Dark Army in the black.
It was so great watching that. And I wrote down here, hey, it's the Geek.io interview process.
Actually,
Will
I think
you
that was
be
a.
loyal to me?
I think that was a play on the Scientology.
It was. It absolutely was.
So it's like.
Also, that's a pretty common torture
Okay.
method.
Yeah, I've seen this in the Scientology documentary. I'm pretty sure.
And going clear, that's exactly what they do. But also, it's a proven
Will you be loyal to me?
it's a proven torture technique.
Do you hate your father?
Oh.
Do you hate your father? Will you be loyal to me?
No.
No.
But I
will
will
always
be loyal
be
to
loyal to
Elliot.
Elliot.
Because
I
I'm
have-
creepily obsessed with him.
I am a crazy pants.
So crazy.
But no, I
Uh,
enjoyed the whole scene.
Yeah, though it did
And
kind of prove
screeching
how much of
teapot.
a spineless hack that Tyrell actually is.
Pretty much. He's ridiculous.
So easy to break and manipulate and hold. Like this man who had so much power is just this sniveling nothing of a man, as proven by the very strong woman that he married. That proved that she was not against demasculating men.
This is true.
So, yeah,
And murdering them. Or
and-
having them murdered.
yeah.
Not necessarily doing it herself.
No, she wouldn't get her hands dirty. Yeah. This is just every shitty thing that's happening in the world right now is White Rose's fault.
Yep. Everything. It's all her fault. Feel free to hate her.
You are
She's
absolutely
the worst.
All
So
right.
my only other notes are a weird Bible quote from Tyrell.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Something about
Whatever.
being demasculated. Yep. You
Uh-huh.
know all about that one.
And Tyrell goes on a gangsta hike.
Yeah. That was fantastic.
It feels good to be a gangster.
It was, yeah, that was a bizarre choice of music for that one.
Yeah, the
but
music did not fit with that at all, but
no,
I
it's
kind of
just
liked it at the same
walking
time.
through the forest.
It's like hardcore gangster rap, and then immediately gets caught by the
I
cops.
think that might have actually been one of Joey Badass's thing because he got another. I think he was on the soundtrack, so that might have been a song for him.
Good for him. It was well used, and I love the whole cop scene.
Yeah,
It's like, really, you recognized him with his beard and hat from
Right?
across the street?
like beard, hat, and he's obviously holding himself different. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way that you possibly could have known who that was. And I'm sorry, in that part of the country, I'm sure people come in and out of the forest all the time because it's a lovely forest and people like to hike. So there's literally no reason why that cop had to die, and there's no reason why that cop had to be there. They could have completely skipped that part and just had
Yeah, somebody go pick him up.
Irvin pick him up and bring him back.
Where you going, buddy? Get in the car.
Exactly.
Let's go
Rough
have
him
a
up a
chat
little bit.
about my fake children that don't exist.
Yeah.
Because I know what to say to manipulate everyone.
At least a weak, spineless man like Tyrell.
Exactly. But that also told us that the FBI man was dirty.
Yeah. True.
Dom's partner.
Dom's partner, dirty. Not a
Dirty,
big
dirty man.
surprise.
But Tyrell got back and he got a suit.
Yeah.
I don't recommend you putting on the suit.
And,
You know, you're in the city now.
or whatever it was. They had a really weird name for the hotel.
Looked like the Aloft.
Yeah, it kind of did.
It was clearly a
Chinese
Dark
Mafia
Army.
Aloft.
Yeah.
Dark Army Aloft.
Dark Army Aloft. There it is.
All right, so we're gonna move on into metadata.
Let's move on into metadata. Now that we've all caught up with Tyrell.
Yep. Speaking of dirty, freaking what's her face? Surrogatory girl, her sister. Frick, what the hell's her name?
Darlene?
Darlene. This is the proving and showing how deep she is with the FBI and all that good stuff.
Yes.
I didn't take a lot of notes on these next two episodes because I was just kind of incapacitated with watching these.
Yeah, especially episode 5.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that, and I feel bad that I didn't realize it until about 20 to 30 minutes into episode 5, but stay tuned to find out what that was, folks.
I'm very curious. Yeah, Elliot is way in over his head right now. I mean, obviously, Mr. Robot is working with Angela. Freaking Darlene is working with the FBI. Tyrell
Elliot's trying to stop in the middle.
Yeah.
And Tyrell's crazy, choking people.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I guess Elliot choked him. Or Mr. Robot did. And then he turned into Elliot. Oh, crap, he's here.
I don't like Angela as the mini bad. I don't like her as the small bad.
The manipulator.
Yeah, and just her
Playing
as the
both
mini boss
sides.
is not great. And because I like Angela and I like her as the sweet girl who is just she's just there for Elliot no matter what. And oh man, just and the breakdown that Elliot was dealing with in this one. This is a really good episode.
Yeah, it was a good one. I'm trying to remember what all happened.
Yeah,
Because my notes are kind of sparse. I stole from you first, which is when Angela like confronts the pickpocket. It's like, give me there's in the wallet. There's a Polaroid. Just give me the Polaroid. Like, you don't want the money? It's like, no, it's fine. I stole from you first. And then, reconnecting with Elliot, he's like, okay, you're going to be my spy and follow Mr. Robot around because he's going to show up.
Yep.
Be prepared.
And then Elliot and Angela's like, yep, I already know. And Tyrell's like, yep. So
and we got the fake F Society guy.
Yeah.
Who is sitting in an apartment sweating and watching Love Actually. and being like the scapegoat for F Society or something.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what that was all about.
As Dark Army at this point, because
Yeah.
F Society is no more, obviously.
They have people everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, F Society's gone. Except we don't know what happened to Trenton Mobley.
Hope they're not dead.
Me too. I like them. They're good people.
They were. So, yeah, the we did get kind of the throw under the bus, Darlene poking at Dom.
Yeah. Like no. We're gonna have a conversation because as soon as I do what you want me to do, I don't have a brother anymore. So I'm gonna be social for a second. They don't like lesbians in the group. Well, I didn't say that. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's fine. It's cool. Buy me a drink.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. No, you're gonna buy me a drink. If I'm gonna do this, you're gonna buy me a drink.
Darlene seems open to everything, so
yeah. I enjoyed the Darlene and Dom scene. It was nice.
Yeah. Darlene, though, in this one just kind of proved like, yeah, she needs to obviously, atone for her own sins, but she is trying to protect her brother because she knows what her brother is, and she's trying to protect him no matter what. And that comes across in this episode fairly well.
Yeah.
She knows that either he's going to die or be taken away forever, but both of those are better than watching him crumble and destroy the world.
There's that. And I enjoyed their vengeance pact. Was that foreshadowing? Question mark?
Possibly.
Pretty sure Darlene's gonna bite it. Go ahead and putting that down right now because it felt like some pretty heavy foreshadowing there.
Yeah, Darlene's throwing death flags all over the place.
They may be false flags, but we'll see.
Maybe, but I mean, I don't know. It's they're pretty big flags if they are false flags.
She's waving them.
Lying.
I mean, she said, "quote It's going to be game over for me."
She's running through the street with those flags flying. Like,
I'm gonna die. Feel sorry for me. I'm trying to atone.
So, Mr. Robot is still set in 2015, according to what I'm reading right now.
Yeah, because I think in this episode even she says like it's only been a month since the 5-9 hack or whatever they called it. 9-5. 5-9.
5-9. It's a play on the 9 to 5 thing, crushing civilization. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, but this is kind of bringing into things that White Rose is watching the future.
Yes.
Because they are watching what Trump said in 2016. Much less some of the stuff that he said in 2017. So they are watching the future and thus bringing even more into the multiple dimension bullshit thing that they're going to pull in. God, why?
Maybe not.
But I mean, no, those were like, this is set in 2015, and those were late 2016 things that White Rose was watching in last episode. So
you make a point.
Freaking watching the future. God damn it, White Rose, and your time travel bullshit.
You're the worst. Yet I still find you fascinating.
Right? I don't want to, but god damn it. All right, so should we stop beating around the bush and get into the meat?
Tell him what he wants to hear, and I never trusted his bug eyes. Okay, we're good.
All right. Runtime error, where all the shit goes down.
Because every season there's like one episode that's just kind of melts your brain, and it's the best thing you've ever seen. And last season it was the weird trippy sitcom
yes
trip out scene, which is fantastic. And then there was this one, which I just immediately feel tension from the very beginning, and it just keeps going.
Right.
And I was 30 minutes in when I realized it was a single shot episode.
Oh my god, you're right.
So you didn't notice it at all?
No, I didn't.
No.
Oh my god.
The whole episode was one shot. the whole thing.
Oh,
Like, it makes me want to watch it again. But because I was like 30 minutes in, when it like went back into the building and was going up the elevator, and then it went to Angela, and then kind of stuck to her perspective.
so yeah, stuck to Angela for a
And I
bit.
was like, oh my gosh, this is a single shot episode. The camera has not changed this entire time, and I just realized that.
Just remember though, and this kind of put into that one. Remember Angela, and they called it out. Angela has been friends with Darlene and Elliot since they were 8. So don't pretend that she doesn't know computers and whatnots.
Oh no, she knows.
Like,
and
what-
I mean,
what-
and she was trained. They even
Irvin
like
was-
went forward to like in the like the previously on at the beginning of this one, they were talking
Yeah.
about how training Angela was hard. So
Because
she's been
Irvin
trained.
was like, "Are you sure you did everything that was supposed to?" She's like, "Yes."
Yes, I did.
Um, so watching Angela do her thing was just, this entire episode was panic inducing. Like,
Yes, it's because it never stopped.
no,
There was no breathing.
yeah, and like if
You're
there
with
was
them the whole
commercial
time.
breaks in this, I don't think I would. I can't imagine this episode with commercial breaks.
I can't either. I don't know where they would have put them.
You just the whole like the protests and everything starting to go explodey and like just,
Yeah, watch it again tonight. It's a single shot.
yeah, I'll watch tomorrow because
The
I
whole
have
thing.
no way I'll be able to watch this tonight and not
Yeah, that's true.
be able to go to sleep.
That's true. Then you can't sleep. I understand.
All of the people with the F Society masks, the guy Faux masks, the bourgeois guy masks, all them, and just they accurate portrayal of pepper spray sprayed into a very closed off area.
Oh crap. So yeah, so we start off the episode with Elliot coming in and they're about to fire him.
Yep.
We get the payoff with horny IT guy,
Yeah.
where Elliot says out loud what he meant to say. Oh, that was meant for you. Like, you know what? F you, man.
Fuck
No,
you,
I'm s-
Elliot. Dude.
I'm sorry, man. I shouldn't have said that. You're right, bro. I mean, it's true. I've laid like 1.5 times.
Yeah, half a time. Like,
It's like, oh, that's great. That was a nice payoff on that.
yeah.
And then my second note was static and tension. So it's like every time, Elliot would try to remember what had happened over the weekend since he lost 3 days. You get that little sound. It's like, man, it's so tense. And oh crap, this is a single shot. And the meeting was like one of my probably favorite things in
Are
this
you
whole.
sure this isn't my room? I'm fairly sure this is my room.
Oh, hold on.
Not
I
your room.
gotta just finishing this email. Just a sec. Oh, I got confused because we always have the chocolate donuts. Is this guy serious? You know what, man? Maybe you just need to look inside yourself and
It was so good.
it just kept going. I was like, oh gosh.
Oh, yeah, they're just like they kept that one going. Like,
It kept going. And the camera would slightly pan over and you'd see the cops and the FBI guys outside of the office, and then
I
shift
think that's
back.
where I noticed it. Like, this episode feels different than everything else. So I think I like subconsciously realized that it was an episode, but like this show would never normally hang on something that long. Like,
But no, it was a single shot. So, and I'm sure there were some fake cut-ins there somewhere when they would like pan around the room or something, because there's no way they could have done an entire episode with them.
yeah, most of the time with things like that, when you pan to a wall, you're typically doing a cutaway.
Yeah.
But you find a nice static thing that you can focus on for a couple seconds, and that way you can do a jump cut without ever seeing that happen.
Yep.
Because if you're ever looking at video frames, like those two frames would be 100% the same, so you would never actually have to fade to do those. You can literally just paste it over what you had and just keep going.
Yep. I know how the magic works.
I know. I'm explaining.
So there were definitely some cuts in there. I don't know where they were exactly, but there
Yes.
had to have been. Up and down the elevators.
Yep. Yeah, that was probably a place when they focused on the elevator for just a half second too long.
I may have chosen the wrong candidate. He like sees the old lady like sniffing glue. The perfect candidate. She's like, no, I installed the da 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 da, and I rechecked the settings on my firewall and blah. Blah. Oh crap! I may have chosen the wrong candidate. But Greg over there, he was using Go to My PC.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you,
Yes, Greg.
Greg. You screwed the pooch again.
I have deadlines. My manager said, "Dude, this is not up for discussion." Greg was never seen from again.
It's beautiful. This whole episode was just amazing.
Yes, just everything is so like.
Even if it hadn't been a single shot, it still would have been
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah, this is the for Den of Geek, who I like doing for episode recaps when I either don't write in a lot of notes. This effect, the effect, particularly through our single take perspective, is absolutely riveting. Elliot's rush to find a computer is life and death, and various gambits he runs through to stay uncaptured are amazing.
Yes.
When Elliot ducks into a boardroom for a sales meeting and has to stall and talk through, why can't he just leave like a normal person? It's a welcome reminder of why Rami Malek has an Emmy and you don't.
Amen.
Bravo, Den of Geek.
Well said. Well said.
Just yeah, this entire episode was just over the top and like so down to earth at the same time, and then
Yeah,
the
very
weird
grounded.
cleanup person at the end with the red wheelbarrow box and just
The bag.
yeah, just
And why is there only one rack in that giant server room?
right. The cloud.
The cloud. Is it the cloud? It's the super
Cloud.
secret server.
The cloud.
And poor Lydia, what's her name?
Yeah, Rip Lydia. She probably died.
She will, because Angela,
Yeah,
basically put that out there.
yeah. She
Yeah.
just like dropped name, and I think that was kind of insinuated with her meeting the cleaner person. Like,
We'll take care of it.
yeah, that cleaner person obviously took care of it. Great line. Just because we lit the fuse doesn't mean we can control the explosion. That was a great line.
Yes, it was.
So I also want to take a look at something I did notice in this one. The sound design on this episode was particularly great.
Amazing.
Yes. Just it did the perfect opportunity of making forcing your perspective into obviously not realizing that what you're looking at here, like it was fever pitched and then it was quiet and then it's just like you can hear like sounds that you shouldn't be hearing, and just like everything went together in this episode so well. And like if this episode isn't one of the reasons why it gets more Emmy considerations this season, I don't know what will.
Yes. Give it more Emmys, please. It deserves them. I mean, look, I know everyone loves Games of Thrones. It's great, but it's okay to have someone else win Best Drama.
Yes, absolutely.
They have plenty. Okay, just let somebody else win.
I am a huge Game of Thrones fan, but yes, if nothing else, this episode proved that this series needs more Emmys.
I loved it.
Though it did get the nice call out that Elliot does know what the hell freaking Angela's up to. So, and it was Elliot, not Robot.
Yes, Angela, we need to talk.
Yeah, and it was him looking right at her like Robot looks at her. So, I'm gonna wonder if she thinks it's Robot or if it's him. Like that's my question: is what's happening in the next episode? I wonder if she mistakes Robot for him, because now I think Elliot is pissed.
Well, he should be. He found out his sister was,
Yeah,
spying on him for the FBI, and
possibly
Angela is
with the agent that she's
maybe, probably.
Probably. Let's call it what it is. If by the end of the season those two are not, so yeah, before the end of the season, those two will probably kiss, and that will be the final death flag for Darlene.
I can't say you're wrong.
I want to really quick point out the episode titles for coming up here. So November 15th, we have episode 5, 6. So episode 6, Kill Process Inc.
Oh,
Episode 7, Frederick and Tanya Check. Episode 8, Don't Delete Me. And I'm not going to say what episode 9 is because it's a spoiler. And-
rewind, fast forward,
no, it's nothing time.
loop,
No,
infinite loop.
nothing time. The I am very I am interested as to why episode 10's title is still not released. So
Hmm.
so all right, episode 9 is stage 3.
So, well, we know that stage 2 is going to happen. They kind of
yeah, but
that's set up in the end
actually
by the
waited
end of this episode, thanks to Angela.
yeah, stage 3 is in process and will be happening. And apparently we're gonna
Whether
have to wait
Elliot
till
was able to
episode
get the building evacuated or not.
9. Yeah, apparently we're gonna have to wait till episode 9 to see buildings explode
Kaboom!
or whatever actual stage 3 is, because I don't think it's that. I honestly don't think. I think that is the explosions and such and deleting all of their stuff. That's a cover for something.
Yeah,
That is not just stage 3.
stage 2. You mean?
Yeah, stage 2. Oh yeah. So what the hell, stage 3? Wait a second.
We'll find out.
The fuck is stage 3?
We'll find out.
All right. So anything else?
Elliot talking. Speaking of saving the people in the building that's about to explode, Elliot talking to the help desk person or whatever.
Yeah.
Your UPSs are releasing hydrogen. UPS? It's like, no, we get stuff through FedEx.
Yes. That was great.
Stop over explaining, Elliot. There's a bomb in the building. Get everyone out.
All right. So next week, a little bit of a flash forward here. Next week, we are going to be. I should pull up things that I should be referencing. Next show rather, not next week because of our alternating schedule. Next week is anime. So next show in 2 weeks, we are going to, of course, do 5 and 6 of, or 6. 5 and 6. No, 6 and 7 of Mr. Robot. Jesus. I don't know if Inhumans is going to come back.
No, I don't think it is.
No, I
We've
mean
already-
for us to review.
Oh.
No, it's a 1 season and out. We might have to do a post-mortem when Mr. Robot's over in December with it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to finish it. It's only 8 episodes, I think.
Yeah, but right now, because we have this little series coming up called The Punisher.
Oh, right. That's kind of that too.
We were supposed to talk Inhumans 5 and 6 today. So unless
We've
Can't-
already talked about 5, so it would have been just 6.
Okay, so 6. So we could do 6, 7, and 8 next show, possibly.
Maybe if I can get my hands on them.
Yeah, and then Punisher 1 and 2,
Oh yeah.
because we're gonna stretch that one out because because we're gonna run low on shows here soon.
Yeah. Until Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and everything comes back in January, and I do mean
Actually,
everything.
It's January. It's December. Our first show in December will have season 5, episode 1, Agents
Oh.
of S.H.I.E.L.D. in space. I
Portals?
tell I am if I am excited or very scared of that. It is also in the death slot. Friday at 8, so or
Ooh.
Friday at 9 rather. So oof.
Oof, indeed.
Yeah, so December is looking like finishing up Mr. Robot, starting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Punisher.
I'm
So,
in.
We'll try and hit 3 episodes of Inhumans next week. So 6, 7, and 8.
And one more, Mr. Robot.
5 and 6 for I have listed here.
Okay. Is that the 0 index or the?
No, it is actual episode. Right. No, it is episode 5. No, it would be at 6 and 7, wouldn't it? God damn it, Mr. Robots. Why? We did 5 episodes today, so I'm going to change this here. This is great to do while I'm on the show, by the way.
Absolutely. Once CJ fixes that, I'm gonna
So
we don't do the challenge shows anymore, but I wanna talk about Stranger Things season 2. I watched the first 2 episodes over the weekend. And I liked the first season of Stranger Things. I was not like super into it, obsessed with it like most people were. And I didn't think it was, the bee's knees, to use a weird colloquialism. But I liked it, and I thought it was good, and I enjoyed it. But season 2 is great so far. Like, we're 2 episodes in, and the writing is good. Like, characters make decisions that make sense, and things are paced well.
that was kind of what bothered me in the first season. Like,
and
some of the choices that the actors made, or some of the choices that the
yeah,
characters made, just made zero sense. I am going to actually give Stranger Things another go, because Rachel is interested in watching it. So maybe watching it with another person,
Yeah,
starting
that's fair.
fresh. Maybe,
like I said, I liked the first season. I did not love it like the internet did, but I did like it.
hate it like me.
And it was one of those that got better as it went along.
That's
So
fair.
like each episode got a little better till the end. I'd recommend it. I like it.
Okay,
Watch it.
yeah.
But season 2 so far is really good. And
I've heard
and
middling
they've
of that-
taken well, I've only watched 2 episodes too.
Oh.
I didn't binge the whole thing. I'm kind of savoring it, taking it in.
Gotcha.
Also, I like to sleep. Also, like, the events of season 1 carry over and affect people, like a lot of shows have trouble doing.
Well, from what I've
like-
heard, they kind of have to.
yeah, but like
Shit goes
know.
down at the end of season 1.
exactly. But in a lot of shows, like the way the characters act in season 2 don't really reflect. People shouldn't be reacting this way after
So
what they
some of
went
those
through.
shows may or may not have ham byproducts in them.
Yes, maybe.
You got ham.
But no, like where was I?
I'm glad to hear that you're liking it.
I am, and and they've taken characters that were one way in the first season and they changed them, but it's in a way that makes sense because of what they went through. And I don't know, like I really am impressed with season 2 so far.
And speaking of shows like that are tied into something, and we'll get to this as a postmortem and do. Jazz made the comment of S4 is now just going to be season recaps, but this is because I completely forgot that I was airing. I've been watching The Gifted.
I recorded like 8 episodes of that, but I have not watched it yet.
So good.
That's what I
Like,
hear.
Every weakness that Inhumans has, The Gifted is just takes that. And the thing is, you kind of sacrifice the levity. You don't get a lot of, you get some humor. It is not all dark and gritty, but it is. There's definitely a lot of that. But it is more so character driven and not just plot line driven. And that's something you need out of a good X-Men show.
Yes, you do.
And speaking of that,
That's why Logan's so good.
yeah, right. The Runaways is coming out this month.
Yeah, I saw that too, but
Hulu, and I think
I don't want to pay for Hulu.
we'll figure something out. Actually, I might pay for Hulu for a month and just play.
And just record. Yeah, I mean, watch them all. at
Yeah,
once.
but
Just
yeah,
binge
we'll-
them.
Yeah, we'll binge them. But yeah, that's definitely something I want to watch because Runaways, and this bit me in the ass big time with fucking Iron Fist. But Runaways is one of my favorite comics of all time.
Yeah,
and I am desperately afraid, but also like the team that they have behind the Runaways is real strong. So I'm looking forward to it, but I am hesitant to get my hopes up.
Hmm.
But
And speaking of
yes,
The Gifted and Gotham, the main daughter in The Gifted, I don't know their names yet because I haven't watched it. I've just seen like promotional images. I was like, she looks familiar. It's like, oh, she's in Gotham.
yeah,
Silver St. Cloud.
yeah. It's fun to see her there, and
Hopefully they give her something better to do in The Gifted.
she's a much
Sounds
better
like
Yeah,
sounds
she-
like it.
she actually lets her acting talent be good. Like,
Well, in Gotham, you gotta kind of,
yeah,
ham it up, if you will.
this is not. Yeah,
Kind
there's
of
not a
what-
lot of hamming in the Gifted. I'm curious because there have been insinuations, and I haven't watched the entire season as of yet, as of this airing. There are insinuations that this show ties into Legion, and I am so stoked to see that.
That sounds terrifying.
They're basically trying to create a X-Men television universe.
I'm
And
okay with
I am
that.
good with that completely, considering also here soon Fox may or may not be sold tomorrow to Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that.
speaking of, we're gonna head on into the news here.
On to the news.
Some non-cancellation and renewal stuff, because those are real depressing. Yeah, Fox is rumored to be in talks with selling off its film division, which includes pretty much everything other than sports and news, to Disney. Which means we could eventually have a proper Marvel universe with the X-Men and Fantastic Four and everything like that in there.
Yeah, and maybe a Fantastic Four movie that's good.
I don't know if you're going to be able to do that. I'm going to be completely honest here, and I love the Fantastic Four. I don't know if you're going to be able to do that, because if you're not going to go, if you're not going to go over the top, you kind of have to do you have to go over the top, but still ground it in science and something. Like, it's going to be really hard to pull off.
It will be, but they made a good Ant-Man movie.
Yeah,
and a good Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
yeah, true.
We've seen the impossible be done.
True.
I have faith. I have faith. If you get the right people on the project, you can make it happen.
But I think, I mean, you're as much as we don't want to admit that. I mean, the 2009 whatever one with Jessica Alba, the original one, not Rise of the Silver Surfer.
It was okay.
Might be. I mean, you have to go kind of just give the characters more development, but that's the kind of thing that you're going to want to have to go for, because unless you're going older, where you're dealing with like Franklin Richards and stuff like that, which, oh God, don't do that. They are better in a cinematic role as supporting actors than they would be in the full-blown, hey, look at the Fantastic Four. And again, if Fox wouldn't have got its hands muddled in it, the last one would have been pretty good. Like, the first 2/3 of that movie were passable and good sometimes. And then Fox got in there and realized it thought they had to make a superhero movie. And screwed everything up to a point where it was just it was just unwatchable. So on to the renewed and cancellations. Good news. Shameless has been renewed for season 9 by Bravo. Watch What Happens Live renewed through 2020 by Bravo. Just Add Magic, season 3 by Amazon. Wild and Out renewed for season 10, which I remember us talking about making fun of that this time last year. So,
maybe. Sure.
Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon morning show drama renewed for season 2 by Apple. But considering I doubt that's the name of it, it's being renewed before it actually gets a name.
Okay, because I was like, I've never heard of morning show drama. Is that
I mean, I
tune
wouldn't
in
mind
to
watching
morning
it.
show drama, starring Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston.
Actors on Actors renewed for season 7, and Bad Move renewed for season 2, series 2 by ITV.
Yay!
So on to the cancellations. Valor canceled by CW. That was a really weak show.
I don't even know what that is.
It was them trying to do a superhero-esque thing in, like, it was so weird. But it was trying to out Arrow, and it failed. Whatever 9JKL is canceled by CBS. Thankfully, The Mayor got canceled by ABC because that show is hot garbage, and I only know that because it accidentally came on while I was watching Inhumans on PlayStation View, and it just decided to autoplay the next thing on ABC on demand, and it was The Mayor. So I'm like, you know what? I will watch this show once. It is hot trash.
Good to know. Good to know.
Basically, it's what would happen if a hip hop artist was given unlimited power, because that's what mayors are given. Uh, Yeah, there's no checks or balances. Just this hip hop artist was elected mayor.
Makes
So
sense.
it was
Seems legit.
real dumb. Law and Order True Crime canceled by NBC.
Didn't know that was a thing.
Either.
Sounds interesting though.
The Cops canceled by TBS. I'm gonna skip that one for right now. Last Tango in Halifax canceled by BBC One. So there will be a Last Tango in Halifax indeed. White Gold season 2 canceled by BBC Two. And then 2 more shows canceled because of sexual assault and misconduct. Coming at no surprise, Netflix severing all ties with Louis C.K.
Yep.
After he went on saying, "Yeah, I abused women," and yeah, coming at absolutely no surprise, FX, freaking Netflix, everybody's just like, "Yep, nope, you're a fucking scumbag."
No, you're done.
Yep, I am a scumbag. It's good that he admits that, but seriously, but hey, I posted this on Facebook. Welcome everybody else to how I felt about Louis C.K. for the last 10 years. Welcome. I have cookies.
It's fine.
Everybody seems to be suddenly on my side about Louis C.K.
I've just pretty much avoided it the whole time. Unless he just showed up on some other show that I was watching. But that's about all I know about Louis C.K. And now I don't need to get into it.
Yeah,
so
you could completely
save all that time.
Because he's a human garbage pile and is now treated as such.
And sadly, it appears Kevin Spacey is as well. So
yeah, there's more and more coming out for Kevin Spacey.
Dang it all.
Yeah, like I was just kind of hoping,
why can't you just not be horrible people?
Kevin Spacey was just like a horrible person back then, and no, like there are things like him doing K-Pax, he was doing things to people and like really recent stuff, and just, man, why? Surprisingly, and I like this, everybody started accusing him of sexual issues, and then they immediately went to the young girl who played his love interest in American Beauty, and she's like, "No, he was great to me. He was like a dad." Like, of course, like
no,
like,
he was cool.
The one person that everybody went to her, like she goes, "No, he was the sweetest guy to me." It's because he's gay. And Ordeal by Innocence canceled by BBC over alleged Ed Westwick sexual assaults. I don't know who that is. Daryl, please chime in. Though he has said once before, anything British is pretty much beyond him because he is the most American British person there, which surprises me why he hates Thor.
Exactly. Doesn't make any sense.
And why I loved Thor, like.
And I want to see it so bad.
So much stupid humor in there, but I freaking loved it. Like, you do need to see it. Like, seriously.
I want to.
Soon.
I've tried to for 2 weekends now, and I can't seem to make it happen.
I'm going to be talking about more movies lately in the near future, maybe even some shows, because I signed my entire family up for Movie Pass.
Yeah, to work.
I don't know. I got the notification that my card's on the way, so I will be putting on a lot more. I might just have to start doing a movie review show because pretty much I'm spending $40 a month to go see movies, so I'm gonna have to go like every weekend.
It's not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
If my kids were older and could go to more movies, I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah, that's it. My kids are at a point where they are either able to come to the movies with us, or Rachel and I are able to go out after they go to bed. And go to the movies. So like it's worth it for us. But you know what's worth it? supporting this show and everything that we do on the Geek.io network by going over to patreon.com/geek.io or ordering these shows and many more things over on geek-io.net/Amazon. That's why you don't drink soda when you're recording, folks. I've gotten some notifications here, so I want to go over to our Patreon page here really quick. And I want to wait for this to load. That's ridiculous. Never mind. We have, oh, it went down. Boo-hiss. We have a new patron. We have one patron. Yeah, yes. We record live Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/GeekIO show, alternating with Anime Otaku Show coming on next week. If you want to contact the show, you can do so, geekio show@gmail.com, Twitter, Facebook, all of the social medias are /geekio show. You can give us a call, leave us a voicemail. It's 727-489-4335. That is 727-489-GEEK. And of course, our site, which has everything that we have ever done on it, is geek-io.net.
.net. Show title candidates. Property of Lord Groban. Don't blame yourself for Trump. Mr. Robot Prime. Sweet, charming, and terrifying. My favorite villain. Trump is White Rose's fault. Dark Army Aloft. Watching Love Actually and sweating. Stop over explaining. And passable and good sometimes.
I really like just the screaming at Trump is White Rose's fault.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, guys.
Also like Love Actually and sweating.
Yeah, that one's good too. We don't want. It's not really fictional. Trump is White Rose's fault. All right, guys. We will see you right back here next week. In 2 weeks, where we're going to be talking more Mr. Robot, Insimian Humans, and punishing people with earlobes. Bye.
Crush you with those earlobes.
This has been a Geek.io Media Network production. Copyright 2017.
Jazz goes sleepy with lullaby.
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it.
Bye-bye.